Tonight will be interesting. Last time we filled up the 18 spots allocated for round 2. However, there are still 12 drivers vying for a spot in that top 18. 6 drivers tonight will find themselves on the outside looking in, and 1 driver will find themselves that much closer to a last point showing. Freezie500 continues with heats 7 and 8 from the elevation trail tonight from the icy snow-covered slopes of Verglasia. Nobody knows exactly where racer number 1's come from. Not much is known about him and his team. He just is. Rumors swirl about him being time transcendent and that he has occurred in every timeline, yet no records of him exist. He is a figment wrapped up in an enigma, and the Grey Wizard wouldn't have it any other way. Racer number 2 comes from the planet Freezie500, most notably known for its vast resources of fuel. This world is considered as the gas station of the galaxy. It's renowned for its feral driver population and their abilities to build race cars out of unusual parts. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but Feral Patrick is hoping Servo serves him well. The next driver hails from the meadows of a small moon named Wolf Terrace, where evolutions created wolf-sheep-like creatures known as Oviscandides. To provoke a wolfitarian is to discover the true meaning of wolf in sheep's clothing. It's best if the other drivers just leave Blackie Mutton alone. And for the love of diecast, don't try to pet him. These are your Heat 7 drivers, so let's go to the top of the trail for race number 1. Grey Wizard and Blackie Mutton get off to great starts. They come out of the gate and they just absolutely are perfect and clean down the front half of the course. They ride the rail a little bit to the finish line, but I don't know what happened to Feral Patrick. It looked like he couldn't get his servo over the hump. Grey Wizard smokes the course again. Blackie Mutton goes from the right side of the course to the left side of the course, and Servo just doesn't seem to be able to get his car across that hump. He just sticks it and it won't go anywhere. Wow, that was close right at the line between Grey Wizard and Blackie Mutton. The gate drops and they both get up to a good start, where Feral Patrick just still can't get his car across that hump. But Grey Wizard and Blackie Mutton hit the line so close together, I can't tell who made it first or second. You can see here Grey Wizard is just slightly ahead of Blacky Mutton, but Blacky Mutton hits them afterburners, and they hit the pond at the same time. From here, it's too close to call. The camera is just too far up in order to make a judgment call. We're going to have to see another angle of that. Checking the drone cam, you can see that Grey Wizard is just slightly ahead at that 7-point line, and then Blacky Mutton comes out of nowhere to take a run at the finish line. And if we pause it there, zoom in, it's just, there's no definitive way to call it, so we're going to give them both 11 points. And as Grey Wizard and Blacky Mutton go over race notes, wait, where's Patrick? Anyways, the scores are up, and let's see how they impact on the big board. Both Grey Wizard and Blacky Mutton have punched their tickets into the next round. You'll notice that Tonso is highlighted in yellow. That's the bubble. The racers from Tonso down are all at risk of missing the second round. And remember, only the top 18 move on, so we've already dropped 3 racers, one of which is Pharaoh Patrick, who still seems to be having some issues getting his rig off the rocks at the jump. The next heat is ready to go, so let's introduce the next set of racers, hoping to match Blacky and Grey Wizard. Originating from the planet Vulcanus, the first racer in Heat 8 has set fire to every track he has raced on. There is no record safe from his blistering speed and blazing race cars. Numbskull has come to Verglasia with one goal, and that is to turn this planet into his own personal hot tub. Growing up in an M-class planet called Way in the Andromeda Galaxy, this racer was bombarded with television signals originating from an unknown source in a neighboring galaxy. Fascinated with those signals, he became obsessed with something called a unicorn. Here's Jay Arrett driving his unicorn race car. While DJ was able to escape his home world of Farrakhan, he's done whatever he can to make sure his past doesn't catch up with him. In an attempt to avoid detection, he has covered his car in a coating that allows it to shift colors in ways that disrupts the scans of anyone who tries to identify him. Disaster Jack rounds out our drivers for heat number 8. It's go time for these drivers. Heat number 8 starts now. That's not the start that these guys were hoping for. It looks like as soon as the gate drops that Jay Arrett gets into Numbskull, and that kind of sets off the tone for the rest of the race. Numbskull chirps over to Disaster Jack and clips him in the back wheel, which puts him into a spin right at the jump, and unfortunately that collects everybody else. We'll have to start lap 2. It's still tied. Everybody gets 5 points in this round. Let's go on to the next. Boys, looks like there was a little bit of a racer's agreement at the top before the race, as everybody gets way clean to the jump, had their own separate lines. Disaster Jack and Jay Arrett seem to have a little coming together, but everybody crosses the line and everybody gets a lot of points for that last race. And that should set up a pretty good lap 3. Well, looks like Numbskull's found his groove, because he absolutely blistered this lap. Him and DJ hit the jump at about the same time, but DJ has a little bit of trouble on the landing. Numbskull, on the other hand, is flawless and flies in for a big score with 11 points. In the end, Numbskull takes the group with 27 points. Disaster Jack is close behind with 25, and Jayret is on the bubble now as 21 points puts him in the danger zone. He sits in 14th overall with 6 drivers left to go. And as these drivers discuss possible strategies for round 2, the questions beg to be asked as to who exactly helped Feral Patrick get his rig off the rocks. Only 2 more groups are left in the opening round of the Freezie500. James Ironbeard sits on the bubble as 4 of tonight's racers have successfully managed to amass enough points to be safely seated in round 2. Jayret will have to sweat it out along with everyone else who has less than 21 points. Next time we find out who ends up in the number 30 spot, and for everyone's sake, I hope it's not MrDarq. Y'all better hope it's not MrDarq. That's it for me tonight and the elevation trail at Verglasia. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. I've been your host, 905. This is the elevation trail. Thanks for watching, and for the love of diecast, keep racing.
Stupid, cheap, 2-bit parts. Wish I could've just...
Excuse me, but
hey.
do you need a hand?
Yeah, I could use a hand. That'd be... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.